Hello and welcome everyone. I hope that you can hear me just fine. This is Melanie and I'm just going to say thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful evening. I know it's been a little while since you've been on to our presentations and it's so great to have you guys back. If you know anyone else that would like to join us this evening, please do welcome them on. And if I could kindly just ask everyone to mute their volume, we're going to get started here. Thank you for joining us. So this is my new and improved business model. It's called Digital Eagle. And basically what we've done is we've created a model that is a platform built for you to be able to connect with like-minded individuals from all around the world. We're here to help assist you at spreading your wings, and also we love to work with people that are helping to help people and the planet, and of course focusing on prosperity. I'm just going to ask everyone if they could just mute their volume just so that I can run through the slides here. Thank you so much. So every brand tells a story. The reason why I chose the Eagles, and by the way, a very special friend that is on this call with us tonight did the designs for my Digital Eagle logo. Last year when COVID-19 came about and the pandemic, we all had to literally pivot, polish and plan. And a lot of people didn't have a plan as to how they were going to take their business model from bricks and mortar to a digital model. And this is what I've created for you here. So basically, it's amazing because we offer you a community where you can do your presentations to a live virtual audience. And it's so exciting to see new faces come on every single week. You're also part of a large network, which is a network that truly wants to help give back. So the premise of this is together we fly above the rest. And every brand does truly tell a story. I was visited by these two beautiful bald eagles every single day while I was working from home during the pandemic. I had to take my business model, and for those folks that know me well, you know that I was very successful at putting on professional events in Vancouver. I put on events for Bitcoin. I put on events to teach people about gold and investing in gold. I put on events that had a health and wellness focus, and I knew that I had to create something unique, a unique business model that can truly help connect people in a way that is very, very professional, so that people can truly engage to what you're doing. And it's also a success formula. I'm going to just run through these slides, and then we will have a networking component in the end of the presentation. This will run for about 15 minutes. And so at the end of the presentation, we will do a networking component. But this platform gives you, as an entrepreneur, a way to connect with like-minded individuals that really want to help see you succeed. And we also have a vision of creating a community fund. Just imagine if you were to collect $10,000 from 50 people and put it into a fund where it can grow. Imagine what kind of world change you could create with those funds. We have a lot of concepts that we've been thinking about over the last little while. Some of those include organic farms. Some of those include planting organic fruits and vegetables, delivering meals to homes that are delicious and nutritious. And this community is amazing because every single week we have new guest speakers coming on. to speak about various topics. And if you're interested in becoming a guest speaker through this network, please contact me. And again, it's Melany with Digital Eagle. And it's amazing to let you all know that Digital Eagle also accepts digital currency for your marketing and your business. Some of the business services that we offer is helping you to pivot your business to an online fashion. So we've created websites, we can help you with Shopify stores, we can help you with your logo design, your creative marketing materials, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We also have educational seminars on various topics that are very hot right now, such as digital currency. We never sell anything on these webinars. This is a place for you to become educated, for you to connect with like-minded people, and to really see the vision of what this model and platform can do for you and for your life. I was definitely inspired by those eagles, but we know that blockchain is the new world order. It seems to be popping up everywhere. I know I just recently came in contact with a wonderful man who has an energy system that he created on the blockchain. So it's kind of like BC Hydro, but you're paying for those services with tokens, and it's a sustainable energy model. Every day I see new businesses coming out that are existing in a blockchain fashion. So I do know that it's the way of the future, and I knew that we had to get digital. And this world is changing, and I was inspired by those eagles, and why the company's called, hence the name Digital Eagle, is because the eagles, I witnessed their habitat, their natural habitat was destroyed, and they were literally living in the top of the apartment buildings when I was living downtown, sleeping in the very top of the penthouse. And they would come and sit while I was having my morning coffee, and I was getting inspired about what I wanted to create for the future. And I really want to create something that helps give back. I love working with entrepreneurs that are either helping people or the planet. And so I am literally giving my skill set that I have acquired over the last 25 years in business and working in corporations and all the schools that I've worked in and all the education that I've acquired, plus teaming up with a lot of amazing people that I've worked with and had the privilege of getting to know over the last 10 to 15 years of my life to grow something that's really organic. So this was my idea for this webinar that will take place every Thursday, was to create a place where every week there's a specific topic that is spoken about, and I'm going to get into that, so that you're always being engaged with different things that are going on in the world, but also that you can be part of. Say you want to really put together a health and wellness presentation, which Patrice will be doing next week on Thursday, and it's going to be health through nutrition. And I'm so excited to have him on as a guest speaker, because he'll be talking about his journey with health and wellness and his dear wife Stephanie's journey, and how the two of them are in optimal health because they took the time to get educated on proper nutrition. So we're so pleased that he's going to be on next week on Tuesday with us. He's already signed up for that spot, but we'll have guest speakers for the environment. We have someone coming on a little later to talk about his success with digital currency. We have a real estate component, which is sustainable. And that'll probably be not next Thursday, but the Thursday following, where we actually show you a plan for organic farms. What does that look like? Maybe you want to buy some farmland. Maybe you want to live on a farm. Maybe you want to work on a farm. Maybe you want to help contribute to making some recipes for these delicious foods that we're going to grow organically. Maybe you want to be part of the business model, the franchise concept of delivering farm fresh food to people's doors in energy efficient cars. But all of this stuff is going on, and it's happening right now. And we want you to be part of the action. We want you to be part of this business model. And the best thing about it is any money that is made through this entire business platform, 10% will always go back to charity. So it's a very beautiful cause, and not a charity. We actually want to make it a reality charity where we're actually showing up and making a difference in people's lives and children's lives and in the atmosphere and in the planet. And we actually want to video the stuff that we actually are doing to show, hey, we're really actually making a difference. We're not just walking the walk and talking the talk. We're actually changing the earth. We're coming together. We're creating this oneness concept. We're designing a platform that is the new world. And this is the vision that I have. And this vision actually is also a dear friend of mine who will be coming on to speak next. Patrice came over from the island, Victoria, British Columbia, to spend time with me, even though I'm a Bob Proctor graduate and was trained by one of the top business coaches in all of Vancouver. There was still something that I was struggling with. And what I was struggling with was I was constantly going into a state of fear. And he really taught me how to go from fear into a mode of faith and having faith and being connected to your creativity, being connected to your source energy, being connected to why you were created. We weren't created to just be robots. We were created to help one another, to give back, to contribute, to make the world better. We were created to make a difference and to help one another, and especially through challenging times. A lot of you have been with me on my journey. You've seen the growth from when I first had my Enlighten Me talk show. I'm feeling so excited about where this new model can grow and go to. I would love to have one-on-one conversations with everyone on here to get your input and feedback, and I'm ready to take this to the next level. So you're invited, every single person that's here today, you're invited to our community, and because you're bringing your expertise to our community. Maybe you're a thought leader in one of these categories and you've been waiting for a platform to deliver your message to. It's time for you to shine, and it's time for you to really hone in and realize that this is more than just a marketing company that we have here. It's an online community, and we can help you with everything that you need help with. So we're always sharing big concepts, and we're always engaging with amazing experts in various industries. And it's a success platform for you so that you know when you come on week to week, and hopefully you'll make it on every week, if not at least once every 2 weeks or at least once every month, but you know that you're bringing a few people too that want to adopt this model in their own life, and they want a place where they can acquire new clients, make new friends, and have a team of people that really support your business and what you're doing in life. I don't want to be another website digital marketing company. I want to be a digital marketing company that's making the difference. I want to stand out amongst the competition, and there is no competition. This is all about collaboration. This model is collaborative. It's about coming together, working together, joining forces, having our networks amalgamate. You may fall in love with one of the guest speakers that comes on over the next few weeks and say, hey, I really want to get behind this person's project. I'm going to bring some amazing collaborators to that person's life so that we can help this grow. I want to actually see world change, and I'm ready for change. I'm ready for growth. I'm ready to take my business and myself to the next level. So that's what this was created for. And we have all segments set up for you. Everything is set up and designed for you to be successful and for you to find people that are going to be interested in working with you on whatever it is that you want to work on. Maybe you want to be part of the organic farm project. Maybe you want to be part of the community fund. Maybe you want to, it's time to pool resources and go back to the old way of the world. Hey, do you have a loaf of bread? I have a bottle of olive oil. Let's swap. It's time to go back to those changes, because we can help our clients and grow their wings online, but most importantly, we'll soar with you like eagles. We have to become like the eagles. The eagles don't sit there and wonder about things. They just take action. They do it. This is why I love the eagle as an avatar for Digital Eagle, because they're powerful. And when crows peck at them, They just keep flying high. They don't let anything tell them that they can't go and get their prey and their target and reach their goals in life of getting that prey. They're also beautiful creatures. They're monogamous. They lose their talons at 40 years old. They have to become more skillful hunters, and they have to adapt to change. And your story that you're creating right now is your future self. So whatever story you're telling everyone about who you are, who you were, and who you want to become is a story that you're creating for your life right now. And every single word, I know from experience, has a vibration. Choose your words wisely. Choose your thoughts wisely. Choose your team wisely. Choose the people that you spend your time with very wisely. And really, really surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and be at the highest vibration so that you can be the best version of yourself. Every single person has a story. I was with a man today. I was inspired by him. He built Sprott Shaw community colleges all across the world. And he helped Sprott Shaw get a degree granting status. Now he purchases large apartment complexes and other real estate, but he also has a project in, I think he was saying, Nigeria, to help put water wells in third world countries and help with medical care and everything else. He was inspirational. He's part of that Apollo project, the outer space project. He's going to be going up in 2024. He's an inspirational man. He's giving back. He's making a difference. He had a very beautiful vibration. I was inspired. Those are the kinds of people that we want in our community. We want people that have your back, that you know, like, and trust in business, that you can trust. They're not just trying to make money off of you. They actually want to work together on projects and bring each of those projects to a success. And they're not just about their own success. They're rising together. They're going to new heights together. You know, we can all climb mountains by ourselves. We can all run the marathon alone. But how fun is that at the end when you just dash through the final line? Isn't it better to have a team that you can go through things with, bounce ideas off, go through challenging times with, and rising above this COVID calamity? So Digital Eagle really loves to work with each one of our clients, and you can actually be part of Digital Eagle. You can be part of the success story. You are the success story, because it's all about building a brand. It's about standing out. It's about, how can I give value to other people? How can I help other people? How can I build a brand identity online so that when they walk by those sites and they see your brand, they're like, I really resonate with this. Maybe you're an environmentalist that's literally picking up plastic coffee cups in your spare time. Maybe you're making masks, and I know that there's a lovely lady on here tonight that's made her biodegradable straws and also these beautiful masks that people can wear so that we're not using the medical masks, which I see everywhere in the landfills. And I do, if I see one and it looks fairly clean, and I will pick it up and put it in the garbage, but I don't even want to put in the garbage. I'm like, it should be recycled, but can you recycle these things? So that's her brand, and that's where we can come together as a team, and help her. So I'm engaging you today, and I'm asking you, what is your future self, and what is the brand that you want to create? Don't wait. Take action today. Get started. Even if you start with a logo design, even if you start with a basic website, a landing page, even if you start with a YouTube channel, we're here to help you with all of that, your messaging. And for folks that may be looking at this PowerPoint presentation and saying, wow, this is so much better than the Enlighten You one, Melany, it's thanks to Patrice. He spent hours of his time helping me to perfect this. We worked together. I had a vision, and he was there. He saw the visionary at work. He saw the potter in the garden, if you will. Patrice has a whole bunch of knowledge and personal growth and development that he would love to share with all of you. He's even got a playlist. I can't wait for him to speak about that when he's up next. So don't worry about your marketing materials, because anyone that's developing a brand online, you're gonna need a lot of help from experts. You're gonna need help with your website. You're gonna need help with your pitch decks. You're gonna need help with your webinars. You're gonna need help with your logos, your slogans, your taglines, and of course, PowerPoint presentations, marketing campaigns, joint venture partners, collaborators, and investors are all part of this strategy. And I am so incredibly grateful and pleased to have access to a joint venture warrior capital who can help you with capital, but we also have some private lenders that are willing to help entrepreneurs as well. And we do know of grants and loans that are available, and I'm sure some of you have already been privy to these and have applied. So we're here to support you in any way that we can. We are a community. This is like a hybrid BNI, but without the membership fees. What if it did grow to 1,000 people this year? Wow, imagine the impact that we can make. You saw the formula back on the other slide. It didn't take much to make $500,000. It was $10,000 from 50 people. That's just an analogy of a formula that can create massive world change. Can you imagine if we had 1,000 people behind us wanting the same kind of change? We're ready for it. We know we've got to make a difference. We know life will never be the same again, because we know that we have to impact this planet. Where's the planet going to be 10 years from now if we don't start working together on some of these projects that can actually change the planet? And also, in terms of money, I believe money that just makes people more of what they already are. So if you are a good person and you have a great idea, this is a wealth strategy. It's not just a health strategy, it's a wealth strategy. So let me ask you this question. Who are you and who were you? I don't want to think about who I was. I want to think about who I am today, and I want to let that old version of myself go, like the chameleon. Who will you become in the future? Maybe you've always wanted to be like a specific person, like Anthony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, Bob Proctor. These are just some of my faves. Abraham Hicks has some great advice, but maybe you're aspiring to be somebody like them, but even a different version of that. So it's time to create the change that we desire. What does your perfect life look like and feel like in your mind? What are you doing? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What's going on in your world? Think above all distractions. They don't teach things in school like how to create multiple streams of income, how to create passive income, how to create MSIs. What is an MSI? Multiple stream of income. In terms of the digital era, this is a good friend of mine, Neil Irwin. He's crypto reloaded. He's like, I took the blue pill. Blue pill? Bitcoin. Didn't you take the red pill too, Neil? Isn't that Ethereum? Yep, I took that too. I know that these two coins, Ethereum and Bitcoin, are changing our world. What will our world look like 5 years from now? Will we all be just using digital currency? That's a question. We know that everything's gone digital. Who are we to think that money wouldn't go digital? What if we start creating some amazing concepts on the blockchain for farmland, for people to purchase organic meals delivered to their door with electric cars? I personally love that concept. So it's time for you to dream. And a lot of times in school, they don't teach you to dream. They don't teach you to have an imagination. But remember, you are the director and the movie maker of your life. So how are you going to show up? So you start popping that popcorn. You got to pop your own popcorn. And just remember, you're going to have a whole group of people every Thursday night that are willing to watch your show, watch it grow, and support you along your way in life. To be a star, you must shine your own light, follow your own path, and don't worry about the darkness. The darkness is always going to be there. We cannot have light without darkness. But just remember, you just got to keep shining bright like that star. Don't ever let anyone dim your sparkle. Napoleon Hill, one of my biggest inspirations. I read this book every day. And every day I read it, I think to myself, I've just learned something that I didn't know before, even though I've read this book over and over and over again. I was in a book club where we woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to read chapters together. Whatever gets you inspired, maybe you want to write yourself a personal check. How are you going to spend it? What is going to be the memo that you write? Mine says to do good on earth and to help others and to make a difference. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you get to the next level. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to introduce our next speaker, which is Patrice, and he's going to share some information. We have two speakers actually on with us this evening. We have Patrice and we have Robert. And Patrice has been an amazing influence in my life, and he doesn't realize that how powerful he is as a coach, and his teachings have been incredible, especially for mindset. Patrice actually helped me with a lot of my digital marketing designs. I came up with an idea, the Digital Eagle, and he helped bring that brand to life. These are a list of his services, and hopefully everyone can see the slide here. But basically, he also is as an educator in health and wellness, and next Thursday night, he'll be leading a seminar for health and wellness. And if you want to have your own seminar in the future, please reach out to us and we will go through the application process with you. And if it's a fit, we'll make sure that we bring people on that will hear your messages. But I've experienced some of the marketing materials that Patrice is able to provide, and he did a fantastic job on my business card. It's first class, logo first class. PowerPoint presentation was beyond anything that I could have expected in a short period of time. We put together this presentation for you. We really hope that you like it. And I want to acknowledge every single person on here before I pass the microphone. Thank you again so much for joining us from around the world. We even have someone tonight that's joining us from Bali. So I'm going to pass the microphone off to Patrice, and then he's going to also introduce another one of our guest speakers, which will be Robert. What we're going to do is we're going to stop the recording probably in about 15-20 minutes, and then we're going to go into a networking portion, which will not be recorded, where you'll have a chance to introduce yourself and talk to some like-minded individuals that are really interested in hearing your story. So thank you so much again for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here. And Patrice, without further ado, I'd love to welcome you to this beautiful webinar, and we're so grateful that you're here with us to give your speech tonight on what it is that you're doing. And take it away.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Melanie, for that terrific introduction here. And it was my first time listening to your presentation. It's quite nice. And I don't know if any of you caught some of the problems with the presentation and slide. I was correcting them in the background as we go along. So it was a first time we use this presentation and its updates. So some errors in translation. So I apologize for that, but it's going to be much better moving forward. As Melanie mentioned, I do graphic design as a base. It's been my bread and butter for over 35 years. I've been involved in the printing industry just as long and seen many evolutions come through that, and worked with many suppliers like Kodak, Fuji, and other software developers to help them create workflows for the printing industry. So it gave me a lot of wealth of wisdom. I offer full graphic design and full print services, as well as I've just aligned myself with the biggest apparel manufacturer in Canada to offer full apparels for anyone who needs any of that. For professional photo editing and retouching, photography services, pre-press and printing consultation. This is mostly for people who are already in the design stage or working for a printing company of some form and they need to refine their skills. So I offer my consultation there. Technology research has been a very big part of my life, most of my life actually, and stayed on top of that. And I'm sure all of us that are on this presentation can attest to the incredible changes that we've seen in our lifespan and where we're going now, just about to enter the fourth industrial revolution and enter the Jetsons age pretty quick here. So we got a lot of exciting things coming down the future. My other passion that kind of got developed, believe it or not, 16 years ago, as Melanie alluded to, my wife ended up with a catastrophic health diagnosis. It was stage 4 ovarian cancer. To make a long story short, she was given less than 50% chance of making it past 2 years. The first shot chemo stopped her heart in front of me. And coming home that day, I had a massive download and really started to ask the questions as to why. And it set me down a massive path of research to the point where I was able to reclaim my own health. I had kidney and liver failure at the time. And my wife had her stage 4 ovarian cancer and brutal eczema throughout her entire body. In the background during work, I decided to educate myself on how the body actually works and what we need. So that evolved into nutritional research. What is in tandem with getting your body into balance is that nutrition aspect of us. Like, what does your body actually need? How does it work? How can it be at peace? So these are things that work together. So how do you achieve your goals in life while maintaining very good health and mental uprightness to be able to achieve all the goals that you desire? It doesn't mean you need to be a millionaire and aim for that, but what brings you good well-being and happiness? These are the things I do, and they are an evolving process. As we become wiser in life, you acquire more skills, more tools in your toolbox to be able to solve problems. And I'm here to solve problems for growing businesses, including branding, and hope to be of service for you. I don't really have much more to say, but I would be very happy to introduce Robert. Robert is an incredibly talented professional in trading and cryptocurrencies, and his wealth of knowledge is absolutely incredible. And I look forward to having him speak to you tonight. He's made a big change in my understanding of cryptocurrencies already and trading. And I see wealth coming down the line. I hope you enjoy this speech. So, Robert, I hope you're ready to take it over. And thank you very much for listening. And thank you, Melanie. I much appreciate your introduction. Thank you.
Yes.
And good job. Good job on yours too. It's excellent.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Awesome.
I just wanted to say to Patrice, before you pass the torch over to Robert, who's eager as the eagles. He's got eagles all over his office. I wanted to just say thank you again for everything. And Patrice is going to be doing a health and wellness seminar next Thursday. It's going to be amazing to listen to what he actually consumes. And came over to my apartment and he's like, yeah, Melanie, this has got to go out. Corn syrup. Some of these ingredients are not supposed to be taken by humans. Cleaning out the fridge, cleaning out the cupboards. But Patrice in following weeks will be doing another presentation on organic farms, farm concept that he has that we're actually going to be doing a presentation on. And I'm super excited and juiced up about that because I'm definitely ready in the future to move to some farmland and have some organic fruits and vegetables. And so I'm looking forward to that. Sorry, I didn't want to intersect, but please continue, Patrice. And then of course, Robert. Welcome.
Yeah, Robert needs to come on. Yeah, Melanie's absolutely right. I do have some other passions. Like when you grow, when you learn about what makes the body tick and how the mind needs to be stable, it really starts to fill in a picture, a puzzle. Pieces start to come together to build an image. And it's really a world-changing move that needs to happen. So what are the small steps that each one of us can take in a direction that's going to leave a better place behind us? And that's where you go. You just chip away at it a little bit. And I've built some concepts that I look forward to presenting to see if there's any interest in that. The Indigenous communities have really gravitated towards this. The issues are lockdowns due to grants and really surviving off the government. There isn't a lot of capital for these kind of ideas that could be very transformative. But that's for another presentation. I just appreciate your time. Robert, if you're willing to take it over now, I look forward to hearing you speak. Oh.
Sorry. Patrice, I didn't mean to take it back, but I was just going to ask if you can make Robert the host, but
I can't. You're still the host, I believe.
Still the host. Okay, I better make Robert the host now. That's fine. And basically what I was going to say was, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry for being rude, but I
it's all good.
I always say that we have to speak our minds. Otherwise, if we have an idea or something that pops into our head in that moment, we've got to make sure that we get that out. And basically, what I wanted to say was just that we want to make sure that when people come on to speak, that, you know, it's good to always speak from the heart, and it's good to share your stories and your why, because your why is really what builds everything. And I'm excited to work with people like Patrice because of his energy and because of the stuff that he wants to create for the world. And thank you. I remembered what I was going to say. There is a lot of government grants, and I've helped people try to get them. And I know a lot about the ins and outs of the grants and the grants that are available to British Columbia residents and also Canadians. So I can provide consultation services at no cost, just about if you want to know about those grants and how they can apply to your business. And of course, we're all here to grow and support any kind of initiative that you have. So I also wanted to let you know how I met Patrice really quick, because I think it's important to let people know how you meet people in life. I met him, he came to an event called Well Beyond. It was a company that was a health and wellness company that we were all attracted to, like bees to honey. But unfortunately, we were a little bit let down in terms of how the company was structured. And then of course, the buy-in and then not getting our shares. We saw the vision, we loved it. We were wooed by the people and the energy, but what we realized was that it wasn't authentic. It wasn't, they didn't do what they said they were gonna do. But I saw Patrice come and help Neil with all these events, all the marketing, and like he showed up like a champ, put his t-shirt on, put his hat on, and he was like organizing all these big events, and totally impressed by the level of professionalism that he had organizing these events. And I know that he's going to do it for ours. He's going to do it for ours. We're here as a team, and this is our team, and we are going to be creating some amazing stuff this year in 2021. And so I was grateful that Well Beyond brought Patrice into my life, and also his teachings, and what he's going to be creating as meditations for people too is phenomenal. And so because of Neil when we met, and because of Debbie, and I'm so grateful. So you never know what kind of difference your phone call to somebody can make. So you should reach out to people, especially if you haven't talked to them for a long time. One of my goals for tomorrow is I'm going to phone 30 people out of the blue that I haven't spoken to for a long time, and check in with them and just see, hey, how you doing? Need any support? How are you doing through these times? Because those calls can make differences in people's life. And if I didn't call Debbie that day, and she didn't call Patrice, he wouldn't have came over on the ferry to Vancouver to work with Neil on those events. And speaking of events, I met Robert at a cash flow event. I don't want to age myself. You guys already know how old I am. 40? 41, 42. But anyways, we met about 20 years ago now at a game called Cash Flow, Robert Kiyosaki. And Robert was doing, I'm like, this is like the game of life, but like instead of getting a car, you get to buy a real estate complex with somebody else's money or with zero down, or you get to, oh wait, you get to buy a business, you get to have a joint venture partner. It's a cool game for those who haven't played it. It's kind of like, you know how in Monopoly there's free parking and you get all that money? This is like ways that you can make all that money in real life together. So it's like strategizing and thinking outside the box of new concepts and ways that you can create wealth together, which no one else has thought of and no one else will ever teach you. So this is the Robert Kiyosaki board game, and we should play it one night. We could probably play it in a virtual fashion since we can't have our regular board game nights. But that's how I met Robert, and then I was jealous because when I met him I was 21 or 22, and I think I was maybe a little bit older. Maybe I was 25 or 26. I can't remember, but he was 23, and he said, and I'm like, what do you do? And he goes, oh, I'm retired. I'm like, what? I'm so jealous. And he said, yeah, I retired at 23. And I'm like, what did you do? What did you do? And he goes, I can't tell you. I'm going to have to charge you for that training. And I said, well, come on. Well, he got involved with the right stocks. So he actually showed me a thing or two over the years. And every single thing he predicted, he said, Melany, don't do that. Melany, do this. Melany, don't invest in that. Melanie, don't invest in this. Melanie, you're on the right path. No, you're not. He was always right. That's one thing about Robert is he's got some really good spidey senses of what's going on, and so his knowledge is a gift, and he can share it with you tonight. And I'm so grateful that he's a fantastic educator.
He's well researched.
Yeah, like he's sitting in the library. Like Patrice, you can probably comment about it, and then of course Robert's getting eager to take it away.
Yeah, just to touch on that, something you said earlier, make a call to people I haven't talked to in a long time, especially in this time of day. People need that connection. A lot of people are feeling pretty low. They feel like they're not important anymore. It's important to reach out and make somebody feel important. I can't stress that enough. And I look forward to hearing Robert. I mean, my jaw is dropped and I pay very close attention when he speaks because he's full of wisdom. And Robert, please take it away and show us your stuff, please.
Just going to turn off the share screen here so we can see each other. Thank you for those introductions. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And definitely, you know, I do like surrounding myself with like-minded, positive people, entrepreneurial people. I'll just start with a really brief introduction today about myself only, but I want you to know that I was born in Australia. My parents are from Poland, and you know they grew up during even the communism times there. So you know we had a lot to see. That my family has always been about working hard, go to school, get a job. And I was like the entrepreneur, the black sheep in the family, the investor. Like, what the heck are you doing? You know, they're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like this, and here I am just investing my money, making it work hard for me instead of working hard for money. So they didn't understand that. And I love, because of that, surrounding myself with other people that are like-minded, ambitious, goal-oriented, and supporting one another, right? Sometimes through the ups and downs of life. So I love this, what Melanie has put on in here. And, definitely I love surrounding myself, because success is who you help, right? The more people you help, you'll become successful in turn. So they say success is first, helping as many other people become successful first. And so I'm all about, choosing your circle carefully, and who you surround yourself, you will become like the top 5 people you spend the most time with. So I do appreciate every single time Melanie, puts together a group like this. I'm always happy to come in here, and I share the same vision of helping others, and also putting to use anything that I've come across experience-wise and learned the hard way, which I have done in the trenches rather than from reading from a book. I have had quite a good track record in a number of fields. I've done real estate, I've done trading, I've done business. So, I'm now looking to partner with anyone. I'm looking forward to interacting with each and every single one of you one-on-one, and seeing like exactly how can we help each other, and see how we can help each other reach our goals faster. But with that being said, I just want to quickly wrap up here and show a couple slides that just show a little bit about my past, so you have a better idea of who I am, and maybe how I can see that we can cross paths together. So I did win first place in the world in a stock trading competition at the age of 21. I started learning everything to do with trading back when I was 10 years old. I fired my financial advisor when I was 15, and I consistently maintain a high accuracy rate. So I've also made every single possible mistake you can think of. So I'm not just trying to impress you, but impress upon you that I've been there, done that. I've had more mistakes than some people have even attempted. Probably I have about 30,000 hours under my belt when it comes to trading and watching the markets. So I've learned both good and bad lessons. But I've also lost real money during the tech bubble crash of the late 90s. I've also then learned what warning signs to look for and the red flags that allowed me to predict accurately the recessions that happened back in 2008. Here I was on stage paying for hotel rooms out of my pocket just to warn hundreds of people that we're about to have a big economic crash. This was late 2006, early 2007. So I saw the warning signs a year before it happened. And then here I was in 2018 saying the top 50 reasons why I see that we're about to have a big market crash and economic slowdown. So definitely we had, the pandemic was just one of the 50 reasons that I saw potentially we could have. So I've also been with Melanie working actually 3-4 years ago with educating people on cryptocurrency. Here's a Bitcoin chart, and actually I pinpointed the top to the day when we peaked in 2017. I had warned people that, the regulatory environment I saw give me signs of where prices may go for cryptocurrency. The futures started trading on that day, and then Banking Senate Hearing Committee, I was looking at what are the regulatory discussions about bringing in cryptocurrency. So it allowed me to pinpoint many tops and bottoms, strictly just looking at, here is actually an example of some indicators. You can see from down here, it's going up, and then from here, it's going back down. So you can actually anticipate a lot of these moves. Here's another indicator going up, and you can pinpoint when to get in, when to get out of specific markets. So I do warn people what I see coming, and I have had quite a success rate with stocks, options, commodities, futures options, Forex, crypto. I've traded all of them for about 27 years, except for crypto, which is just the last 6 years. When I was writing articles about them. So I have a lot of predictions that I made. And here's an example, of a drawing I made of where I saw the price going for this particular one. Is a certain cryptocurrency. And then you can see the actual chart, what ended up happening. So it was not just the direction, but also how far down it would move. But moving along, I've predicted, used to be making money in crypto only if Peter sold it to Sally for 13K, Sally sold it back to someone else for 14K and 15 and 16. So only you could make money to the upside. Now I teach people that you can profit in both directions. I also said that cryptocurrency was no longer that you can only make money when it rises. I said that's now going to be half of the cryptocurrency field. Now the other half will be controlled by banks, which is represented by the red circle, and this will be controlled also by traditional markets and strategies of trading. So I've also spoken on stages at convention centers about cryptocurrency back in 2018 when I accurately predicted the bottom at 3,500 that cryptocurrency would be going back up. Unfortunately, there was not many people there because the attention had died down. When prices go up, then people want to buy it when it's too late. And likewise, when it goes down, they're not interested when they should be. So Warren Buffett says, be fearful when people are greedy and greedy when people are fearful. I am a contrarian investor, and I've done quite well, very well, because I do opposite of what most people do. So I don't learn from the TV. I don't learn from the school because school forgot to teach how to make money. But I do have a lot of presentations over the years, including with Melany. We've put on a lot of crypto sessions over many years now, teaching people about getting in and how to safely get in.
I still get love letters.
Yeah, because we get a lot of people that avoided bogus opportunities, and they also learned how to get the correct profits. Like to this day, I'll have people come up to me saying that they got into real estate a decade ago or so. Now they have multiple properties. Likewise with crypto, as you can imagine, just in the last year and a half, it's gone up tenfold. So
I'll never forget. I was in corporate life. Sorry, I didn't mean to intersect, but it's a funny story. I was in corporate life and I had a supervisor that was always really mean to me. He was just like, I could just never get along with him. So I did what Heather Monahan did. I fired my villain. I actually quit my job. And that month I was starting to work with Robert again. It was 2017. I remember it to the day. And I remember buying a ton of Bitcoin. And because he said, buy. And I'm like, I just trusted him. I took like all my savings and I bought it. And it was because of Robert. So thank you, Robert. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it wasn't for you.
So I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I got to give that disclaimer. I'm strictly just an investor that has been doing it for a long time. And I know what to look for. And, it does help to just simply start learning. And I'm a fan of since a young, early age, when I noticed that what they're teaching in the traditional school system is kind of missing out on a lot of key concepts. There was one day that they taught about compound interest, and even then they made it sound too complicated. So, it's very powerful when you learn to, work to have multiple streams of income. And I wish they taught that in school, but instead we're coming in here now and we're actually the ones to fill that void. So I'm not too upset because we can be the ones to help, teach everyone else how to do that. So, but just to finish up here. So I've been teaching a lot of topics, as you can see, Bitcoin. This was a few years ago. and blockchain, cryptos, how to avoid. This one was about scams in crypto, what to look out for, all the way from penthouses all the way down to basements underneath the street in downtown, like the early adopters of even the Dogecoin movement. So teaching people what to look for, what to not look out for. This topic was about real estate. I've accurately pinpointed tops and bottoms in real estate, understanding how to do the research and what to look for which market is about to outperform. So back in 2011, I actually did purchase quite a bit of real estate. So I'll mention that in a second. So I've attended a lot of networking events. I do understand the power of just, sit down, interact with people, open up, don't be shy, and you'll see how much you have in common will amaze you. And a lot of people, they'll come together, they'll even work on joint ventures together and make things happen. So definitely, you can see here, I've actually been even teaching these groups. This was a meeting where it was a group of action takers in real estate. 90% of the room did real estate every year, between 5 units up to 5,000 units. Down here, we see a gentleman who's actually the number 2 largest residential property landlord in Phoenix, Arizona. But I had gone to another market, which ended up being the number 1 performing real estate market in North America over the last 5 years in terms of price appreciation. And I had put all my eggs in one basket. I was showing a video here that I was on the news, that I had purchased actually 100 units in just a single year. So, I'm just comparing my first property, though, I had actually failed. It actually went into foreclosure. And because the numbers didn't make sense, it was in a very expensive market and very low rent. And if you have it empty for a couple months, you can lose the property. But nonetheless, with foreclosure, with bad credit, and with losing all of my income, I still managed to turn around and be featured on the news for buying 100 units in a single year. So, and that turned out to be the number 1 performing city. So I have a lot of experience in real estate. I've also written articles back in 2016 for a big publication across the street from the Wall Street Bull, about stocks, commodities, gold, options, Forex, crypto. I remember writing the article that crypto had just crossed over $1,000. So I was comparing it to gold at the time. So I now have been doing presentations. This is back in 2018. I was showing how to become the top 1% of all traders just in a single class. Okay, because there's a lot of lack of information out there. So this is now what I like to do, is continue to have people still learn with me. I'm putting together an academy now that anyone that wants to learn about trading can come and do it very quickly. Take the learning curve from decades down to just months and have the same knowledge that I wish I had, because I could never find a mentor that didn't charge an arm and a leg and that actually knew how to teach properly, how to get the results. So, I have now looking to work with many people to continue sharing the knowledge that I've acquired over the years, to the point now where I want to diversify and give people in this economic time more than ever, when you cannot gather as we have here on the screen, and people are stuck at home and they're bored and there's nothing to do, or they've lost their jobs. And here we can actually show them a way to even make multiple streams of income, including work from home opportunities, which is now a smart thing to get into, since everyone needs to do something to make money from home. Myself, the stock market never shut down. The real estate never shut down. Multiple streams of income from online businesses never shut down. And even diversifying into different categories. I'm now looking to create millionaires in business, just like I have done in real estate and in trading already. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to keep rambling on here, but I do have a stock group here. It's the single largest and oldest stock trading group on Facebook that I'm an admin of. It is 133,000 members. You can see here, I was just posting that I'm a part of the World Series of Day Trading, and I have a team there. So, I now teach people what to look for. I simplify it, not to make it too complicated. And I basically make it so that, it's not as complicated as they would have you believe. It is not easy, but it is simple and it is learnable. As long as someone wants to and has the desire, they can accomplish anything, and they just need to take the first step. That would probably mean reach out to me and, set up an appointment with me. You can go robertpaddock.com. I'll type it in the chat, but feel free to book a free 1 hour with me. Let's talk about anything and everything. Let's find out about what you're into, and see how I can maybe help you I'll be more than happy to book a 1 hour with you. Just pick any time that's convenient for you on the calendar. So that's all you do. And yeah, I look forward to speaking with you all. So thanks for your time. I appreciate it. And Melanie, for giving me the opportunity to speak.
You know what? My absolute pleasure. Woohoo! We made it. It's almost an hour. This is the first time in history. Oh my goodness, it's almost 8 o'clock. We've got 7 minutes to go. Woohoo! We're getting better. We're getting better. Got to keep it under an hour.
That was good. It was good to hear you.
I just want to say thank you so much for listening, everyone, and welcome, Trevor. I did think everyone was muted. We're going to go into a networking component. We're going to edit this video. It's going to go onto the Digital Eagle website. Again, Melanie with Digital Eagle. Don't worry, we're not ending the call. We're simply just stopping the recording. I just wanted to say thank you so much from my heart to all of you for being here with us tonight. You're fantastic people. We're going to do so many great things together in 2021. Hold the vision, hold the dreams, keep the dream alive. I'm going to stop the recording now. Reach out to me. You know already what my phone number is because it's my Zoom call ID. It's 604-300-4555. That's 604-300-4555. And again, we can't do this without you because this is community. I'm going to stop the recording now and then we're going to go open mic for questions in just one